teaching. So when I was given this chance and I was told about that I could continue teaching English, I used to teach English and literature. So I was told that I could continue teaching, but then in my extra time, I could do something else. And let me tell you, I said yes immediately. This is the reason I really needed this opportunity. And I started on the opportunity, and the initial amount of money was not much. In fact, it was like $10. $10 was our first check. Then in Kenya is 1,362. That is not much money. In fact, it cannot take you, it may not even make you reach Busia. If you're coming from Nairobi, you may not reach Busia, Kenya, with that kind of amount of money. And that was the money I got as the first amount, and it didn't look very nice. And probably what also challenged me was the people I was teaching with in the staff room, because they looked at it and they really laughed at me, to ridicule, to show me that I was actually not doing much, to show me that whatever I was doing was not going to mount to much. So that was the idea. That was the idea. That was the reason why they laughed at me. And it got me discouraged, definitely. It wasn't a very sweet thing, for people to have a look at a business you have started with a lot of fire and gusto, and then somebody look at it like you are basically doing nothing. So it wasn't a very sweet thing. But now what I did, I continued working on the business. And then the next check went to to around $300. Now that was good amount of money. In fact, that money was more than my net. Those of us on this call that are employed, we know that we get money, the gross salary. We have the gross salary, and then the deductions follow immediately. And what I was taking home, my take home was less after working with the Teacher Service Commission. That is the body that employs, the commission that employs teachers here in Kenya. So after working with them, the money I was taking home was less than my second check. And what I did, ladies and gentlemen, I started asking, what exactly is this business? Can I do it better? And then I was told, when I asked whether I could do it better, I was told, now, if you're to do this business better, look at the basics. And ladies and gentlemen, it is important for you to know that the basics don't change. The basics are the same. So I was told, use the products. And I was told if I used the product, I would get a good health, and I would also get some points. Then I was told, share the product, share with other people. And I was told if I shared the product with other people, that I would get more points and I would get profit. Number 3, I was told to share the opportunity with other people, to tell them what I was doing, and then they join me and we work together. And if I did that and some people joined me, I would get more points. Now, before I go to the fourth part, or the fourth part is that the points that I've been getting when I use the product, when I share the product, when I tell others and they join me, those points would be converted into the currency of the country that person was doing the business, and the money would eventually be brought to Kenya, where my account is domiciled as it now. So it was really exciting. Then number 4, I was told to training, and training gives you gives you the skills on how to do the business. Allow me to mention this. Many people get into our business and they disregard training. If you look at whichever career or whichever venture, may it be medicine, for someone to become a doctor, may it be somebody like me who became a teacher, whichever career you venture into, even a driver, requires training. Apparently, many people get into our business and they do not want to train. They say they are okay, they are good, they know this kind of business. And many times they flop. They actually fail in the business. And I would really want to put emphasis on that. That be very keen on the training. Regardless of how much you would want to succeed, if you do not attend training like this one, like many others that are organized either online or physically, if you miss out on the trainings, soon you will say, I actually knew that I would not go very far with this business. I knew I wouldn't go very far. I knew that I am not lucky in such kind of a business. So although I got in, I knew I wouldn't go very far, you know, and that is without training. So I was really excited when I found that my check has actually, my second check was more than my net salary. It was very exciting. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it was really exciting. I really felt good that I could find a different way of earning, that I did not have to explain all the time about adjectives and adverbs and what are nouns and proper nouns and common nouns, for me to be paid. That I could get paid when I did this business. It was really exciting. My third check took me to more than that amount of money. It actually took me to that is 60,000. That was roughly $600. That is a good amount of money in Kenya. Quite a good amount of money, because even then, that money was very, very close to my gross salary. And I was really excited. And life really started changing. And, I could see now, the business is also training me now that I could get this amount of money. I started now even changing my way of looking at myself in terms of even personal grooming. I always like looking at old photos that I took when I was teaching. And teaching is a wonderful profession. I'm sure here we have teachers that are in the profession, and others may have retired. And I look at the photos, some of them when I'm being given presents, and I look at the way I am dressed. Well, I'm okay because I am dressed, but you could see that teacher needed some more advice. And that part of training, I got it here. Because when you come over to this business, it is actually much more than money. It teaches you how do you go talking to people, to strangers sometimes. You have heard of people saying, oh, I would be doing business. But the problem is that where I come from, my town, people are the problem. I know if I was in Kampala, I would be doing wonderful business. If I was in Mbalala, I hope I'm correct, Mbalala, If I'm in Mbalala, I would be doing wonderful business. If I was in Jinja, I would be doing wonderful business. If I was in Busia, I would be doing wonderful business. But the people where I come from, they are very hard. They are very hard people, and they do not really understand, and they are poor, Whenever somebody tells me that, I realize these people either have a problem with training, they are not properly trained, or they have not been attending trainings. And on top of that, these people, they have also not seen the business. They are actually the problem, but they think their environment is the problem. Now, so the business started growing. Eventually, I found myself taking home 1,000 US dollars. Now, that is a good amount of money. Quite a good amount of money. It was really exciting, very exciting. Very few Kenyans take such kind of amount of money as net every month. So for me, taking home 100,000 Kenya shillings was really exciting, very exciting. In fact, it was so exciting that soon after that, I left the teaching profession, and I said I gave other people a chance to, there's a way you can get some information, and then you realize what you have been doing is good, but you would rather have some other people do that work, and you move on. And allow me to mention my first point. Do you know the kind of the business that you are in? Sometimes I talk to people and they tell me, oh, I cannot do that business because I'm very busy. I am very busy. I am up and about. I am doing this. I am doing the other. I am very busy. I cannot even attend that training. And then these same people, when they are asked for like something that will cost them like 100,000 in Kenya shillings, that's around $1,000, they cannot afford to have that money. They have been busy, but when you ask them for some little amount of money, they do not have it. But they have been busy. They have been very busy, actually up and about. They are all over. But when you ask them, what have you been busy doing? Where is the money you have been earning? It's like you have actually nothing for that matter. You see? And I realized many people fail to do this. And I want to tell you to do this. Mind your own business. That may sound a cliche, a statement you have used many years. But let me tell you something. Mind your own business. The beauty of Neolife business is this. It is your personal business. Those of us that are employed, congratulations. But that is somebody else's business. It could be the government business. You could be in private sector. That could be somebody else's business. Mind your own business. How do you mind your own business? Take care of it. Have a grip of it. Have you ever seen people that are still asking prices, the price of a certain product, even 3 months down the line? They joined the business, they are 3 months, they are 6 months, some of them are even 1 year, and they are asking, what is the price of Calmag? What is the retail price for Full Motion or Super Glue, and all that? And you realize these people do not mind their own business. They are actually not keen to learn. And when they are not keen to learn, the business does not pay them. This business does not forgive. You become, lazy, if I may call it. You become casual with this business. What happens to you is you become a casualty. You become casual with your business, you become a casualty. And soon you start realizing it is actually not paying you. But when you are keen on this business and you mind your own business, in Kenya, it may be different from Uganda. In Kenya, when people retire, sometimes they do not get the pension immediately. Sometimes people are even made to wait for 2 years, 2 good years without a salary and without pension. Can you imagine 2 years? And these people don't have the money. And some of them are already sick. And you can imagine for those 2 years, the condition of that person. They are struggling to feed themselves. After working for around 40 years, they are still struggling to feed themselves before even the pension comes. And when that pension comes, it is still small. But then, when these people are working, and you would tell them, do this, do your work where you are employed. It is important and we respect it. But kando means aside. Apart from what you are doing, take care of this business. Mind your own business. As you mind your employer's business, mind your own business. Now, these people would tell you, if you told them to mind their own business, I am very busy. For me, I have no time. In other words, these people, they have time for other people, but they have no time for themselves. My point here was, mind your own business. And my second and the last point, did you know that the business we are in has a big market? Allow me to borrow from my point number one. There is somebody who is going to tell you, I cannot come for that training. I cannot do that business because I have a shop. I have a shop here in Kampala and I'm selling phones or I'm doing whatever business I'm doing. You know, I have a shop here in Nairobi. I have a shop in my village. I have a shop in Nakuru or whichever place that you are coming from. And you realize now this shop is only one. And this shop is only serving the people around there. That is the market. Many people don't know the miracle we have in your life. And this is it. Can you imagine in your life, you can open your shops in 50 countries. 50 countries. Many times I get paid from Uganda. I'm not a Ugandan, but I have some business in Uganda. And I see money coming from Uganda. I see some money coming from Tanzania. I'm not from Tanzania, I'm a Kenyan. I see money coming from the US. I see money coming from South Africa, but I'm a Kenyan. Can you imagine 50 markets are available for you? The country, the world is opening up. We are becoming a global village. We are one already. You have chances to start this business in over 50 countries. And you are busy saying that you are very busy in your small shop, in your village, in your small boutique. And I respect that boutique. But honestly, open up your eyes. Look at what you are being given. Look at the bigger picture. Look at the opportunity and how big it is. That you can do this business in countries that are now waking up. You can be doing business there, so that when you sleep or when you are asleep or when you are awake, your business is going on. Remember my 2 points tonight. Number one, mind your own business. Don't be casual on your business. Number two, consider the big market. Don't be cheated. Don't be, taken for a ride to concentrate on such a small market of only where you are, concentrating only in a business that is only in Uganda. Consider that we have so many other countries that you can do the same business and still live in Uganda, enjoy the Ugandan, climate, but then do businesses all over this world. So I want to stop at that. 2024 will be such a big plus for you if, number one, you understand the nature of the business you are in and you mind your own business. And number two, you consider the big market. I welcome back our president, our upcoming president team member, Muhumuza. Karibu sana.
Thank you so much, my brother, Mr. Isaac Ndungu, a man who has business in the US, business in all over the world. In fact, every time I look at your business, I say, my goodness, I need to work so hard. I always tell myself that when I grow up, I want to have a business like yours. I want to have a great team with great leaders. But I love the passion that you actually use to build our business. And if I'm not mistaken, all of us need that kind of passion. We need that kind of energy. We need that kind of excitement for us to be able to build and have a great business. So ladies and gentlemen, one thing I would love to tell you is that if Mr. Isaac Ndungu has been able to do this, has been able to succeed, has been able to use this opportunity to change other people's lives, been able to use this opportunity for him to even be able to retire from teaching, to becoming a full-time businessman. You too can do this. You too can find the same financial freedom like he found, and you too can be able to succeed, make a lot of money, and travel the world just like he has done. 2024 is our year to rise and shine. Let's give it our best. Let's work hard. Let's have all our goals and dreams written down with good plans, good strategies, and a good action plan. Let us work. Follow all the steps, especially he mentioned about training. When I was getting started, I was told that training contributes up to 80% of my success in the business. Train and train and train. Acquire all these necessary skills that you need for you to be able to build a great successful business, so that we can be able to conquer the world, so that we can be able to make sure that we live a life of our dreams. So thank you so much for all of you for logging in, our brothers and sisters from Kenya. Thank you so much for logging in and for being part of this amazing opportunity. Mr. Isaac Ndungu, thank you so much for taking off time to share with us. And to our sister in Canada, we miss you so much, and we believe that very soon you'll be sharing with us how you are actually being able to build a new business in actually a new country, so that we can also be able to take on Isaac's advice to build business in wider markets, so that we can be able to earn wider income. So thank you so much, and a blessed weekend.